Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming God of Thing for Autumn reading challenge. So God of Thing for Season is a seasonal reading challenge where there's 4 challenges for each month in each designated season. Yay! I started this challenge now 2 years ago but had a 1-year break and we keep going. I'm not the one making the challenges, I make my best friend do it. My other best friend also helped making them, so that was kind of fun because I was there in the process and we had a lot of fun with it. I hope. Maybe. So this is the books that I'm going to read for the different challenges, but I will leave them all down below and you can read whatever you want for them, of course. You don't have to read the same as me if you decide to do this. One person decided to do this last time and I was so shocked because it just shocked me and it was a lot of fun. If you make a TBR video or anything like that, or just decide to do it on your own, you don't need to make a video or anything about it, hit me up because I want to know what you pick. It will be fun. Just to say this, I do pick out books in this video, but I might, change them out as the month goes along, because that has happened before where like it didn't fit anymore or something like that. But like mostly I try to keep to what I choose, but like I choose my books 3 months beforehand. It's kind of weird, like it's a weird experience to choose them so far ahead, but that's kind of the point of the challenge. It's supposed to be challenging. Okay, let's go. Oh, the light from like the thing is like really intense. Wait a moment, that's better. The first challenge for September is called My Best Frenemy. Choose a book from your least favorite genre. Out of all the genres, my least favorite is a challenge called Nordic Noir, and it is a crime subgenre where the setting is usually written by a Nordic author, so like Norway, Sweden, Denmark. It's like usually set in those countries and it feels like this brooding detective that like usually has, I was gonna say, issues and solves murder, and it's kind of inspired by like the cottage drama from British crime novels. And yeah, it's like one of the biggest genres in Norway. It's crime, like Nordic noir. I cannot speak. It's one of the biggest things we sell here. That and like certain kinds of fiction. Yeah, I read some, like our most popular authors are those right that genre. And like I tried it, but I just don't see the appeal. And I read some, but like the most popular, because I want to like, I was gonna say, educate myself a bit about Norwegian literature since I live here, and like Nordic literature since I live here, because I know it's so popular. But yeah, I have been reading some Jo Nesbø, who is a Norwegian dude. He's like really popular and like everywhere, like he comes on the New York Times bestsellers and stuff, so that's pretty cool for being a Norwegian author. And this is his most popular book, if I remember correctly. This is The Snowman. I have the Norwegian edition, but yeah, I read Norwegian books in Norwegian, lol, but it's totally like, it is in English, and it's also the one that they made into a movie with Michael Fassbender that flopped. So yeah, when I was like 10 years ago, when I was like a little kid, like probably longer, I tried to read the first few pages because we had the edition at our cabin and it was like enormous edition, not like cute and tiny as this. And I remember like I read 1 chapter and I felt it was so heavy and I just couldn't read it. And also it started with a weird sex scene and I got kind of traumatized. I was like, what's going on? Either way. And now, some years later, let's read the book properly. I have read all the books before this. I think this is book number 7. I'm trying to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is definitely book number 7. And there is more. Like, since I bought all of them, there's come even more. So he keeps writing about Harry Hole. I cannot say it in English because that's weird, because then it's like Harry Holy and that sounds like he's holy and that's strange. Either way, it follows him and he's a detective, alcoholic, and different characters and different cases, and I just still don't see the appeal. It's like my least favorite genre because I feel like it follows this pattern so thoroughly. I think that's supposed to be the point, but like people are just like, oh my god, it's the best ever, and I'm just like, I think like, yeah, it's the fantasy girl in me. I will read that over anything, but I try to branch out. So yeah, this was a way too long thing, but I felt like I needed to explain. Okay, so like, yeah, for this challenge, just read your least favorite genre, whatever that is, and I'm pretty sure this is one of my least favorite, if not the least favorite. The next challenge is called Google Maps, and it's to choose a book set on a different continent than yours. Last time did I say choose a book or read a book? It's supposed to be choose a book because you don't really have to read it, because you could like audiobook it, etc. So like then you listen to it, but of course you have read the book. Audiobooks count, okay? Yeah, that was not the point, but like, yeah, that's why it says choose a book. And yeah, like graphic novels and mangas and everything counts, of course, as long as you do something that fits the challenge. Either way, I chose to read Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This one is in the Norwegian edition that I got for free. So yeah, I would usually read an English book in English, but now I have this. I would probably get the English edition to match my Fires Everywhere, but right now I'll just go with this because I don't want to spend money. This one is definitely set in the United States, and I was like, okay, so you decided to branch out to the United States, which is literally like where every single book you read is set, Sandra. Good work. But I just looked at my shelf and it was like one of the first ones I saw. I enjoyed Little Fires Everywhere so much, so I want to read this as soon as possible. Stat pick. I know it's about a girl who like is found dead, and yeah, it's like loads of secrets in the family. Little Fires Everywhere was just so good, so I'm so excited to see how I feel about this one. The next challenge is called Blank Canvas. It is to choose a book with your least favorite color on the cover. And one of my least favorite colors, because I don't like know the specific one color I hate the most, not hate, that was very dramatic, but like, I wasn't saying I don't like it, I just like it the least, get it? And that is blue. I like blue, but I like it the least, get it? So like, I don't hate blue or anything, don't hate me. But I decided to go with Ask and Answer, which obviously has blue in the letter, and the text, and on the spine. Like, does the spine count as a cover? Either way, it is blue on the cover. And this is the sequel to The Knife of Never Letting Go, which I now read a few years back. And I need to pick up the sequels. I'm trying to do better in finishing up some series. The first book I picked here was a sequel, and this is a sequel. So I'm trying to get through to some that I already started, because I realized I've started so many and I just don't do anything about it. And yeah, so this one is the sequel and I'm very excited. Do I remember what happened in the first one? Like, kinda, but I'm definitely not going to reread it because I'm already traumatized enough as it is from that one. I'm excited for this, and if the movie will ever come, who knows? From the first one, obviously, not the second one. Next challenge is called Potted Plant. Choose a coming of age LGBTQ+ book with a black main character. I just got this in the mail this week, so it was perfect, and that is The Stars and the Blackness Between Them by Yuna Uda Patras. And obviously, as you can see on the cover, they are both black. So yeah, do I know exactly what it is about? No, but I'm so excited to read this because I just heard so many good things about it. I wanted to pick it up since I saw this cover, since I saw the title, and yeah, since I knew it was a FF romance. And yeah, also it had like this super ugly sticker on it, and I tried to take it off, and now it's like this, and I feel like I should have left the sticker on, but it was so ugly, so I tried, okay? But yeah, really excited to read this and see how I feel. Next challenge is called 9 Lives. Choose a book with a cat on the cover, and for this one I have chosen Gallowglass by Scarlett Thomas. And it was kind of annoying because all the books that I have with cats on the covers I had already read on my shelves. Now I'm saying all, like all the ones I can pick out in my head at once, because it's probably books on my shelves that have cats on the covers, but I was too lazy to look for them properly. But yeah, Gallowglass is the 3rd book in this series. What's it called? Earthquake? No. Earthwake? It's something like that. Oh my god. And I read 1 and 2 and I really enjoyed it. It's a middle grade series and they have magic and they go on adventures and it's really fun. So I want to finish up the series and I want to like keep reading it so like I don't forget about it, because I was gone and that's why I didn't get to it and stuff. But yeah, so I want to read this, and as you can see there's a little cat on the cover there. So yeah, I just literally went through a lot of shit to try to find this one, so now that I found it I will go with it. Yay. Oh my god, I forgot to say that we were in October now, so I just like went on. The 9 Lives one was for October, if it wasn't obvious, because like cats, October, yay. So yeah, that was the first one for October, and then the second one for October is Initial Reaction. Choose a book with the same initials as you, first and last name. If you want to, you could of course pick a book with your middle name, like if you find that instead of just your first and last name. You do what works. My middle name is weird, so it's hard to find like a person with exactly the same initials. Of course I think I could find it, but then I would have to look really hard, and yeah, I would just picked up things for myself. I'm trying to read things on myself, not buy so much. Like, not that I'm not buying books, but at least like for challenge and stuff, to like try to get a dent in my enormous TBR. It's not working, by the way. But yeah, I chose to read Stephen King by Carrie. My last name starts with a K and I am Sandra, so SK. First of all, this fits really well since October. It's a horror book, but I know that Stephen King has he's not, you know, the best maybe person to support. But yeah, I have read one book by him. I don't even remember. I did like it. So yeah, Carrie is like biggest classic, his debut. Is it his debut? Like his first novel, pretty sure. It's really, really known. And yeah, I had it. So I was just like, sure, let's go with it. Really short, so I like that. It's a horror novel. I keep itching for October, so it fits fine. Yay. The next challenge is called Spelling Bee, and just choose a book with spellcasters. For this one, I chose The Bronze Key by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. I just read A Copper Gauntlet, which is the second book in the series, and this is the third, now in August. So I was just like, okay, let's keep going with this series. Okay, like, I'm not picking this up until October, so it's a while until, but let's keep going. And like since I read the first one in the Magisterium series 2016, I'm trying to do a bit better, and this is the third one, so there's only 2 more after this. And yeah, they have spellcasters that go to magic school. They use magic with, yeah, they use different kinds of magic. So I went with this one because I already had it. Yay. The next challenge and the last one for October is Trick and Treat. Choose a mystery thriller horror with a black main character, or paranormal, whatever, like in those kind of like spookiness genre, I guess. You get what we meant, I hope. But yeah, I chose Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany Jackson. So I heard about Tiffany Jackson for a long, long while, and I have been wanting to check out her books, and I was trying to find, you know, horror, thriller, mysteries by black authors, like for the challenge and in general, and I was just like looking, and then I found her, and I didn't realize that she actually wrote mysteries. I just thought they were contemporary. I don't know why. And then they turned out to be mysteries, and I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to pick books up, so I just chose this one. Actually, she has 3 titles. And I asked which one I was going to read for my friends, which one sounded most interesting just by the title. I like to do that, and they picked this one. So that's why I ended up with this one. And obviously I don't have it yet, but I need to buy it. That's what I said earlier, that I need to buy some. And yeah, like, it's of course awesome to buy books, and I love it. Now we're in November, so yay. Last month for the fall, first challenge is Twin Souls. Choose a LGBTQ plus romance book. I decided to pick up You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. So this one I've seen a lot around lately, and I just really, really want it. I've been wanting it for like months, and now I have the perfect excuse to pick it up. So yay for that. I don't know anything about the plots for any of these books. If you can't tell, I don't like to do that before picking them up. Next challenge is called Kindred Spirits. Choose a book by a POC trans author. I chose to read Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender. I read Felix Ever After in July, also for my last God of Thing for season challenge for God of Thing for summer, and it was so good. I can't wait to read their other books. I just chose this one because it was the first thing that came into my mind when I heard the challenge, because I just want to read all the books. So yeah, perfect opportunity. And this one is a fantasy book compared to Felix Ever After, which was temporary. So yeah, fantasy is my favorite genre, so yay. I feel like I haven't picked like any fantasy. Oh yeah, I have. I don't know why I thought that. Next challenge for November is Interstellar. Choose a sci-fi book with a POC LGBTQ plus main character. So for this one, I have 2 different choices. I have Rainbearer by Jordan Ifueko. This one I know I'm gonna get like really soon, but it stood sci-fi on Goodreads, but it was like further down. So is it actually sci-fi, or is Goodreads just messing with me? Because it keeps messing with me. So yeah, I think I want to pick up this one. Most likely I have 2 alternatives for this one. Or if not, that fits, like I need to I need someone to tell me if it fits. Or I need to read more about it. I will read The Weight of Our Stars by Kay Ancrum, and this one I've been wanting to read such a long while after I read The Wicker King by the same author, and this one is sci-fi, LGBT, etc. So yeah, I have two options for this one. I haven't decided 100% on either yet. We will see, okay? You will know in a few months. But yeah, I had two alternatives either way. And the last challenge is done waiting. Choose a book that is getting an adaptation, either to movie or TV or whatever. And I chose for this to read Tiny Pretty Things by Donielle Clayton. This one I just like got on my feed that like it's getting a Netflix show. I don't think I knew from beforehand, and then because of that it immediately went in my mind when I saw this challenge and I want to read it. And I actually been wanting to read this since like 2000 okay, I don't even know the year, but my friend that actually makes the challenge has told me that I needed to read this because she saw someone reading it, and I was like, okay, sure, I will read it, and I put it on my to read on Goodreads, and now a billion years later I could probably check that on Goodreads when I was adding. Either way, a long time ago she told me to read it, so here we are, and I finally decided to pick it up, and I'm really excited to see how it will be. So yeah, I just don't have it. So yeah, all the ones with pictures on the side I don't have yet. I will get to them eventually, like obviously I will get them, and like if I turn out to be poorer than I think I am, then I will try to really find something on my shelves that fits otherwise, or of course go to the library because that exists. But the library in a way is bad. Okay, I'm trying to find titles sometimes because I'm just like, okay, I need to get this now, and if I ordered it would come too late, and I will go to the library and they don't have anything. Every time I search something up they don't have it, I swear. Okay, I try though, I try. But yeah, okay, so that was Got a Thing for Autumn. I hope you join me if you want to. This is just like a fun thing for me because it is challenging sometimes for find my books, and it challenged me to branch out and find other books. I don't think it's challenging for me to read 4 books for 1 month because I read usually much more than that. But for other people that might be very challenging, and that is fine too. Like, I hope it could be fun for you if you join. And you don't need to join. It's kind of a for me thing because like I don't like make a big deal of it. I don't have a Twitter or an Instagram and stuff for it. I just chill, okay? I just do it for fun, and that's okay. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I'm explaining myself. I will stop and end this video. I hope, as I said, you enjoyed, and that if you join, please tell me down below or whatever, or talk to me if you want to. I'm gonna go now. Bye.